Hello everyone, welcome back to The Homegrown Artist. My name is Michaela and today is a very exciting day, as most of the days that I'm alive are. We are gathering up some herbs to dry and to dehydrate and put away to use later on in the year. We have peppermint, 3 different kinds of basils that I'm going to get today. We have tulsi, Genovese, and cinnamon basil. Also, I have a gnarly farmer's tan burn that I'm trying to let heal up. That's what color my skin normally is, and this is what it is right now because I was out in the sun and didn't roll up my sleeves. So that's going to be there for the rest of my life. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the basil because there is an abundance of that, and with the hot weather it is starting to bloom already. So I'm going to go ahead and snip as many of those blooms off as I can. And also, I had a lot of straw in here. Look at the mess on this ground. Our chickens absolutely love trying to dig up my herbs. As you can see, even these tiniest of branches are starting to bloom, which right now is not what I want them to do. So when I see that, I just prune them, trim them back so that they keep growing. All right, that is the Genovese basil all harvested. We have, because they are so fluffy and voluminous, we have pretty much a full basket of them. Look at how gorgeous they are, and it smells fantastic. So I am going to move on to the cinnamon basil. I'm gonna see if I can fit the cinnamon basil and this Genovese basil all in here together. And the chickens have just scratched everything up. My goodness. All of my hard work mulching this, and they've just scratched it to kingdom come. Okay, that is the Genovese and the cinnamon basil all gathered. We have a full big basket of basil. I'm so excited about this. I think the next thing I'm gonna get is the peppermint, because that is just right over there and there's so much of it. Okay, so I have laid the basil out on a giant, like, just plastic lid inside for now. That's not where I'm leaving it, but I wanted to go ahead and empty this basket and get that laid out so it can kind of aerate a little and not all be squished together. So I'm gonna get the peppermint now. I know that if I don't keep this under control, the peppermint will eventually just totally take over this herb bed right here. So I'm gonna trim what I can of it. I'm not gonna disturb any new little rootlings too much. So the last herb to harvest today is my tulsi holy basil, right here in this bed and in the one across the walkway. And the difficulty that I've had with these herb beds in general, this is where I have my thyme, my tulsi, and my chamomile, and then there's some oregano and sage at the end. And the difficulty that I've had with these is, first of all, getting them to grow, because the plants were stunted when they were in the cups, and then in the dirt there initially was not enough nutrients of whatever they needed, and they took a couple of fertilizations for them to actually kick off and start to produce well. But I have had so much trouble keeping the chickens out of here. I put the straw down to help retain moisture and mulch in a way to make sure that they would stay hydrated during these hot months, and it made it a little easier to water. But the chickens, because of the hay and because they like to be where they're not supposed to be, continued to hop in here and scratch around. They actually killed one of my plants in the herb bed across the way, but I do have plenty of tulsi still left, and basil is one of the easiest herbs, in my opinion, to propagate. So we're gonna go ahead and get this, and this will be the last one that I get today. So that is the tulsi all collected, as well as the 2 types of basil and the peppermint. That is a ton of harvesting for one day. And what I need to do now is hang them up to dry and put some of the chamomile is going to go in this nifty little air dryer that I got. It's a mesh air dryer, has zipper openings. I just got it off of Amazon. It's not any particular special brand, it's just one that I found for a good price. And this is one of the ways that we have actually been able to dry some of our herbs that we've not been able to hang up, because we live in a very hot and humid environment, but there are some days where drying outside, not necessarily sun drying, because yes, I know that cooks the life out of them, but drying them outside is easier than drying them somewhere inside the house, because we don't have a lot of space that is dark and the right kind of place to dry these without risking them not drying fully. With the basils, I am gonna hang dry those, and with the peppermint, I'm possibly gonna hang dry that as well. I'm gonna look at some different ways to do that, but that is something you will have to stick around to see in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!